Sheryl Sandberg, in her book Lean In, writes, and contrary to the popular notion that only unmarried women can make it to the top, the majority of the most successful female business leaders have partners. Of the 28 women who have served as CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, 26 were married, one was divorced, and only one had never been married. It is unfortunate that we as women do feel like if we are wanting to be successful, if we want to be successful, that we will have to do it alone. And also, it is unfortunate that this has also made its way, this belief, this myth has also made its way into the minds of women as it relates to them accepting the call of God in their life. The other day I was preaching somewhere and a woman came up to me afterwards and she said to me, she said, "You're married?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Female pastors aren't supposed to be married." I just kind of chuckled. I said, "That's true." Once I was in the seminary, when I was in the seminary, a young lady came up to me there as well. And she said to me, and at the time I was not married, she says, "I believe God has placed a calling on my life." She said, "But every woman in ministry that I know is not married." And she began to run down this list of women that we both knew and that we both held in high esteem. And I had to take a step back. I said, wow, she's right. She has a point. None of them are married. But it is a myth to think that God would call us into his ministry and then not meet our needs in every other area, that he would call us to be alone. Now, some people can receive that gift, but others cannot. And I reject and rebuke the notion and the myth that says that in order to do ministry, I have to do it alone. I want to read something else that Sheryl Sandberg wrote in her book Lean In, and I'm on my iPad here, so give me 1 second just to get to the page. But she writes, "Don't leave before you leave." A few years ago, a young woman at Facebook came to my desk and asked if she could speak to me privately. We headed into a conference room where she began firing off questions about how I balance work and family. As the questions came faster and faster, I started to wonder about her urgency. I interrupted to ask if she had a child. She said no, but she liked to plan ahead. I inquired if she and her partner were considering having a child. She replied that she did not have a husband, then added with a little laugh, "Actually, I don't even have a boyfriend." It seemed to me, Sheryl Sandberg writes, that she was jumping the gun big time, but I understood why. From an early age, girls get the message that they will have to choose between succeeding at work and being a good mother. By the time they are in college, women are already thinking about the trade-offs they will have to make between professional and personal goals. When asked to choose between marriage and career, female college students are twice as likely to choose marriage as their male classmates. She says, don't leave before you leave. See, most of us make decisions. Most of us women make decisions about our future and about whether or not we are going to accept God's calling in our lives based off what potentially will be, not based off what is. Why not just accept the calling of God in your life right now and over your life right now and allow him to do the rest when it is time, when he is ready to do that in your life? Don't plan and prepare and not do and go against and decline based off your desire to be married one day. God wants to do that for you. I need you to understand and know that God is for you. He is not against you. He does not want you to be miserable. And if you cannot receive the gift of being alone, then he has somebody for you. And at some point, you've got to trust him. So listen, women, I want you to accept the calling of God in your life. Know that he is on your side. And remember that it's him that said, it is not good for man to be alone. God bless you as you journey.